Ah,
Yeah. So you already know, man. You here tuned into the spot with your boy, the one that they call. I don't even know what they call me today,
what's your
but
name?
I know that their girl called me, so it's all good. It doesn't matter. Yo, it's your boy Prophet Pete, man, in the city of New York, and actually just about everywhere. You heard?
And of course, it's me, your boy. Your girl says I don't pay her enough attention. I told her, bitch, I'm balling on a budget. Shawn recognized. Sup,
What
world?
what up? What up? What up? Yo, you already
Thought it
know,
was,
man.
y'all thought it wasn't gonna happen. Y'all was like, oh shit, ain't no damn show tonight.
They was
No,
like,
we here.
whoa, whoa.
We here. We here, damn it.
We definitely here.
We here.
Yo, a lot of crazy things going on lately. But with all the crazy things that be going on, I kind of find my peace in watching some of these hip hop influence shows. So, Wu Tang Saga season 2, next episode just dropped. They about to get these the distribution deal and all that on Protect Your Neck. So it's like it's just so cool the way it came together. Then we got the BMF joint.
Have you seen
That's
it yet?
have you seen it?
No, I still haven't seen it.
And
Procrastinating.
and then we got one that I just came across, which is Hip Hop Uncovered. So it's kind of talking about Supreme Team and all of them, how they went from what they was doing to being influential in the hip hop industry, and how a lot of people that was in the streets making moves were able to make the move into hip hop. And one of the reasons why they did it because they didn't want to die in the street,
Right.
which seems to be the going theme. You don't want to die in the street, so you do something else.
Yeah, well, you don't. I mean, if you're in the streets, usually it's you're dying before your time. So yeah, you definitely don't want to die in the streets.
Yeah, so it's definitely some good watching. I definitely appreciate it. The way these things are put together. But I
Did
just
you
hope
see?
people tend to watch them and learn lessons from them, because no matter who you put in front of you within the street game or whatever, or that are from your neighborhood, the ultimatums are always the same. Always the same.
Yes, sir.
So you really got to think about it. But also, right, we got R. Kelly in the news.
Oh man,
R. Kelly.
this guy. Stop snitching has always been the credo, and the boys in blue don't like that, but they got the blue wall of silence. It's the same thing. It's just flip side. You know what I mean? So now R. Kelly's decided he's gonna, graduate from the 6ix9ine school of snitching, and he's telling because he's not going. He says, if I go, what was that line Nino said in the movie? If I go down, I'm taking a whole bunch of people with me. He's gonna try to do that. That's basically what he's saying. He's like, nah, I'm not going down. He said,
Yeah,
Kareem Abba, the intelligent brother from the bank.
and it's crazy because I don't know. The whole snitching thing, I'm never with it. It's like if I got caught, that's because I slipped up.
Yeah.
Whoever else was with me got away. There's no reason for me to bring them down with me. That was my fault. I got caught. I
Now
knew what
think
I was doing could have got me caught up.
now think about all of the people that's party with R. Kelly before. They're now thinking that they're a target. They're like, damn, that motherfucker gonna tell him I was doing such and such, and you know what I mean, cocaine off the models, and you know what I'm saying, and all the craziness, and he got it. He got it. The brother filmed himself. You don't think he filmed anybody else?
You don't think those studios was filled with cameras and things was
And
what?
that's what I'm saying, man. That
Like,
brother's
so,
he's into some freaky shit.
and R. Kelly could probably take down a whole genre of black music just with what, because you know R. Kelly was out there, collaborated with tons and tons of people.
I mean, but we gotta always keep it 1K and uh not act like before all of this really broke, before it all became factual, actual, a documentary for everybody to see. People were saying that R. Kelly was the king of R&B.
Hmm.
We ain't gonna pretend that wasn't a real thing, that didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it's just uh, it's never good to see a brother go down. But then he's like he's grasping for dear life because he don't want to, like we was talking about earlier. We were joking, but it's real. He don't want to do all of that time. He want to have some type of life left, I guess. You know what I mean, on the outside, because he knows he's gonna be down forever if he don't give them something. They probably, I'm quite sure they done came to him and offered him a deal. You know what I mean? Somewhere down the road, between when he went in the first time and now, there's definitely been some deals on the table. So
And
he's
I think that, because he's been brought up on charges before, he's beat the cases. But it's
yeah,
just weird because a lot of the cases that he beat in the past just got picked up in other states. Like it's like kind of, oh, we couldn't get him over here, so yo, New York, what you want to
come
do with
over
this?
here, right,
Right,
exactly.
we couldn't do it. You think you could do it? So it's kind of weird, but I can see how R. Kelly could be very fearful due to the fact that when they talking about R. Kelly, they was bringing up Bill Cosby a lot. Like it was like kind of this comparison,
Right,
and it's like, yo, if you sit there and they put Bill Cosby away, and that he was going to die there if he didn't get out.
yeah.
He was definitely going to die there if he didn't get out. And R. Kelly could just look at Bill and be like, yo, that could be my immediate
That
future.
could be,
Like,
yep, exactly. That's exactly what he was probably saying to himself. Like, damn, that's gonna be me. Like, I could literally spend the rest of my life in this mug. That's true. The reality is a mug when you behind that wall, boy.
it sure enough is, man.
So I mean, damn, hey, you might have to do, some celebrities might have to do what Russell did and get the hell up out the country, get to a spot where they don't do any extradite. You know what I'm saying? A country, what do you call it? Non-extraditing
Yeah, non-extradition.
country. Not, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Man,
yeah,
listen,
yo, and you
might have
know,
to
it
get might
might
have to get little.
yeah, might have to get real small real quick. That's it. Pew, gone.
I'm
But
trying to find the rest of my damn news that I displaced earlier.
speaking of snitching,
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle did a comedy show and he was talking about the baby, right?
So did you see it?
Yeah, I saw the clip. I saw
Okay.
the clip.
No, you
I didn't.
didn't. But you ain't watched the whole thing yet.
No, 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 no. I just seen the clip,
I just
and
I
they
just
were
watched the whole thing a couple nights ago.
basically what he was saying. He was, and I don't consider it snitching. Like this is all public record. We all know the baby did done shot and killed somebody, and then it wasn't charged. It was in self defense, and this,
Yeah,
that, and the third.
this is public record. This is on record. I mean, this is nothing new. You know what I'm saying? He didn't divulge anything that wasn't already out there. But people want to say this, that, and the third. I think Star even talked about it on his show. Like, people always want to amp it.
But there's no reason. But I definitely get what he was trying to say. The reason why he brought it up,
Right,
and it was, hey, he did this, actually murdered somebody, killed
right.
somebody in self defense, not necessarily murder, killed somebody in self defense.
Hmm.
Wasn't charged. Did it? That didn't affect his career at all. But he says something about the LGBT community. He was getting canceled all the time, and just made a comment. Right? Didn't even physically hurt nobody. And what Dave Chappelle basically said was, you hurt the feelings of somebody in the LGBT community,
Yes, sir.
you gonna have problems. So what Dave Chappelle was trying to do was kind of make a joke about the way society sees things.
He
And
flips it. He flips it. he always throws a message in with the comedy. You know what I'm saying? He flips it so people, it's easier for people to digest. You know, I'll say it that way. And by people I mean usually white people.
Yeah,
Sad to say, but not sad to say, but you know what I mean. That's what he's going for. He's trying to basically, um, I'm not even gonna say bridge the gap because Lord knows that'll be one hell of a bridge. But he's trying to share information so that a conversation can happen. Does that make sense?
yeah,
He's trying to share information with them so that we can have so we can begin to have the conversation because that needs to happen before anything changes. You understand? People have to have a sit down and come to an understanding. That's the only way things are going to change, man. That's the only way. And
yeah,
hey, if comedy is the conduit that makes it happen, you know what I mean, and can get the you mean the divide the division back together, man, because Lord knows this country is divided. Then hey, I'm all for it, man. And I don't think and now you hear about different organizations wanting to cancel him and uh he shouldn't be talking about the trans like that. Oh, he's transphobic. Blah, 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 blah. I don't think people are looking at it from a comedic standpoint because he is telling jokes up there on the stage.
yeah,
You know what I mean? He's not saying, "Yo, these are my thoughts and this is what I think you should think also." You know what I mean? Unlike some people that I know, I'm not gonna name no names or excuse me. Um, if you if you take the time and just listen to what he's saying and not try to always find fault in the the wordage, listen to the message.
yeah,
That's what they're not doing, man. But they want to always find fault in what the brother has to say. You feel me? Oh, it can't come from him. The righteous message can't come from him. It has to come from one of us. We have to be the ones to say it. You feel me?
yeah,
And
and
that's
like,
that's that's foul, man.
and like you said, we are a country that's divided, and we're so divided that there's certain divisions that have more of the ability to make things move, right? So not only are we divided, but there's even more inequality because of the division,
Yeah.
right? We're talking about animal rights, and I'm an animal lover, but what would happen to you if you harmed an animal is greater if you actually harmed the person,
Oh man.
right? If you sat there and you spoke about the LGBT community, you'll get canceled. Like your whole joint is over. But you go into the religion aspect, and you could talk about Christians and Catholics all day. Say anything about the Jewish religion, forget it. It's a wrap. So it's it's okay to be divided, but let's tackle things together equally. Like everything has to be given that equal platform. And
Yeah.
there was something that I came across today that was very interesting because it was basically a Caucasian woman that you know it was something that she did trying to educate her students, but not really understanding what she was doing was wrong, and it had to do with the way slaves used to communicate through dance. And
Uh-huh.
one of the reasons why they communicated through dance is because a lot of them were from different areas. So even if they spoke to each other, they wouldn't understand each other anyway. So through movement, they were able to communicate. So she came into a classroom full of black and brown kids
Uh-huh.
and dressed up in the attire that they would use during that time and decided to dance for the kids, but didn't understand what the backlash and everything was going to be from that. And she basically had a moment to self-reflect and was like, she was called a racist, but she doesn't even truly understand what that means. But then she's like, because of white privilege, I don't understand what it is to be you because I never had to worry about the effects of me looking a certain way or being a certain color being treated in a certain type of manner.
Exactly.
And
And
that
then
just
there's,
comes from all of this.
that's what and then that's where the disconnect comes in a lot of the time. They don't you actually factually don't you can't comprehend it. Like you just don't, you know what I mean? You have no way of knowing. So you're naive to it. So therefore you think it doesn't exist, but it does. You know what I
And,
mean?
and I would and I will say this: being naive is not an excuse. Not
Exactly.
today. Not
Exactly.
today. And I would tell you, I was walking through Baltimore. I was in Baltimore probably maybe a week or so ago, and I'm standing outside. I'm with my man outside. We talking, we chopping it up, and this older white lady walks by, and she looks at me, and she's like, "Comedy is just comedy, right?" And I'm like, but I had a sweater on that said it's just comedy. So when she walked by, she read it and she spoke. So I was like, yeah, and we started talking, and then she just went into an area in Africa. She's like, I like to read, and she was probably like around in her mid to late 70s, and
Uh-huh.
she's like, if we haven't learned anything yet, and I'm like, huh? And then she's bringing up the stuff from the book. It's like she's like history is repeating itself over and over and over again. And if we continue on the path, we're gonna end up back to where we was, just a different version of it. And
Yeah.
I think it was good to see, even though she could easily be stuck in her ways and be complacent or pretend to be naive. She's picking up a book and educating herself and paying attention to what's going on.
I mean, you can't ask for more than that.
Yeah. So I definitely appreciate that. And then she said something about my teeth being super white, and I'm like, huh? I was like, okay. I didn't know what this was about. Called dental hygiene, but hey, it is what it is. But yo, let's get into one of these quick joints before we come back and continue to chop with them and talk about this wonderful stuff we got. What you want to get into? The old school joint of the day or the new school joint of the day?
I think you should set it off with the new school's joint of the week.
With the new school joint of the week, let's get it, y'all. It's the spot. You heard? Gang gang. The ones that trying to do, those negative things behind your back but smile in your face. Fuck you. Right? That's just what it is. It's just one of those things. There ain't no way to say it politically correct. The baby
Exactly.
said, well, baby said it himself. Oh wait, no, dang, I can't.
Yep,
Yes,
baby.
the Cash Money baby, right?
Oh, that
Birdman,
baby.
Birdman,
Okay, Birdman. Okay, yeah.
Birdman, not the baby. Birdman. All of them start with a B somewhere, or there's a
Yeah.
B in there somewhere.
A lot of bees. A lot of bees.
You know, he says something that resonated with me, and he was like, you know, I've never disrespected another man. It's either I respect you or it's fuck you, right? The going out your way to disrespect another man, like you really make a conscious effort to do that, to be
Yeah. Oh yeah.
disrespectful.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
So I gotta give it to him because that be my attitude. It's like, yo, either I rock with you or I don't. Like it's hard to really rock with you when you went out your way to be disrespectful.
Yep. And don't ever misconstrue when somebody shows you who they are. Make sure it's your job to believe them. You know. Don't let people try to fool you into thinking that it's just a moment or an emotion or something like that. When you see the fuckery, yeah, that's them.
Um, yeah,
24.
it's like they tell you don't repaint the picture that they showed you. Like
Yeah.
they showed you that picture, but then you trying to sit there and add some highlights or something to really brighten it up. And
Hmm.
it really is true, man. And people do make excuses. Oh, I was just mad. or oh, you don't understand what I was going through, or oh, I ain't really like that.
You know, when you see the real person come out, when it's crunch time, that's when you see the
Yeah,
real person come out.
and I will tell you,
Straight up.
you will see the representative of an individual when everything is going good. Once there's an inclination of something not
No,
being, they will switch up on you. And I speak from personal experience. Personal experience. I speak from it, and I watch something just go left. That all I did was right during the whole time of our time together, and it was something that happened that was out of my control, anybody's control, and it was like, oh nah, I can't do that. And that's when the whole it was like, oh, I'm gonna take this canvas off the canvas that I was covering this whole time. Yo, here, hold that, which is crazy
it's a
because
dangerous game. It's a dangerous game they play. It's a dangerous
it
game.
is, and you can push somebody to snap. That's why that TV show does so great because people like, yeah, that shit really happened. People do snap. People lose control because they've invested so much time and emotions into your representative. Definitely into your representative. So don't do that, people. Don't do that. In business, in personal life, with your children, whatever it is, or just when you move and walk down the street. Shout out to the graffiti boys that showed me something that I haven't seen in a long time, which I thought was, and I guess I'm getting old because this was like truly stupid to me. Which
Yeah,
I used to be a graffiti artist and sit there and tag up on walls, staircases, and do all the stupid stuff back in the days that graffiti kids did. But they actually spray painted the sidewalk. And I'm like, why would you spray paint something that people, one, probably not even gonna notice, two, they're stepping on it,
yeah,
three, it's a waste of damn paint because it ain't gonna be there too long.
yeah,
It was the stupidest thing, but I think it was more gang related. Like it was like an 8 ball and something else, and then some numbers and something. And I'm like, huh? Like it wasn't even like a piece. Like they was just all drunk and high and just like, I got spray paint in the car or
yeah.
something. And it was just it
It's
was,
too
but
much.
I haven't seen anything that stupid in a while.
It's too much. It's too
Yeah,
much.
way too much. So shout
Yeah.
out to 108th Street, First Avenue. If you want to see the stupidity, drive through Manhattan, stop on 108th Street, right in front of the bodega. It's right there. So just do that, and then you're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. I should have took a picture. I don't even want to waste memory on that shit. So that's why I didn't even do it. So
So
what?
what I was trying to tell you before about the Dave Chappelle thing also is that there's an organization. I get this. It's called the National Black Justice Coalition, right?
Mm,
Except it's a alphabet community organization.
mm.
How does that work? National Black Justice Coalition.
But it's
Alphabet.
run by a
Alphabet. Alphabet.
LGBTQ
Alphabet.
group.
Alphabet Community Organization. Straight up. How does that work? So these
Conflict of
people,
interest.
these are the people that want to. Well, some of the people, one of the organizations of many that want to get the new Dave Chappelle the closer stand up taken off of Netflix. Talking about it's promoting violence.
How was it promoted? Well, I didn't see the whole thing. I didn't. So I don't know
Yeah, I
what.
don't want to ruin it for you. I want you to check it
Yeah.
out. But in my opinion, in my personal opinion, I do not think he is promoting violence. Right? He tells a story. I'm not going to get into the details because, like I said, I don't want to spoil it for you. You need to see it yourself. He gets into a story of a couple of stories, um, personal experiences that he's had that lets you know that you know what I mean. He can't be what they saying he is. In good standing and do the things that he said that he did. So, I think a lot of times the brother gets taken out of context because we talking comedy. You know what I mean? We talking jokes. We're talking puns. We're talking um, actually possessing a sense of humor to be able to decipher the humor from the real, you know what I'm saying, statements, because he does, you know, some speak his mind on stage and sometimes offer his, you know, his ideology to people when he to us when he's talking to us, you know, on stage. And there's nothing wrong with that, but a lot of times people have a tendency to mix the two together, and they want to now they want to claim that the comedy is actually, you know, what he's saying also. You know, you don't want to take the good with the bad. You want to just throw all of what they say, throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah,
You want to just say everything that he's saying is, you know, and start pointing the finger and not enjoy the show. He's a fucking comedian.
at the
He's
end of the
doing
day, at the end
comedy.
of the day, that's what he's doing,
He's
and it's
doing
like,
comedy. These are jokes.
and
Like,
it's what they actually do, and I find this to be true in any aspect of where individuals are conversing or there is dialogue being thrown around,
yeah,
that people truly don't listen to hear, they listen to respond. So
exactly.
they're trying to pick apart what you're saying so they can have a rebuttal instead of really paying attention to what's going on.
Yeah,
And it's these are one of these things because either the small clip that I saw when he was talking about the baby, the murder, the LGBT community, and how it affected his career and stuff like that.
yeah.
He said the word nigger like a fucking thousand times in that 1 minute clip. But
Hmm.
nobody's talking about him saying the word nigga. But he didn't he didn't say gay, he didn't say faggot, he didn't say
Don't say it. The algorithm.
right, yeah. But
Yeah,
the derogatory terms weren't out there when he referred to it, when he referred to the community.
yeah,
He referred to it in a politically correct manner.
yeah,
But where it would be deemed not politically correct, no one no one is even attempting to address that. We're just gonna go straight over this way,
yeah,
and we're just gonna go hand with this right here. And
yeah.
then instead of people saying he, they're saying he's snitching instead of saying, "Yo, if you continue to say this, then other people are just gonna feel like it's okay." It's one of those words that became adopted over time. So but we're focusing on the wrong thing. If we're gonna
Exactly.
focus on him being a comedian, then hey, let's just focus on him being a comedian. If you found him saying nigga 1,000 times okay, then everything else that he says should be okay too.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And that's it.
And I was gonna say that they don't have a problem with anything else other than, you know what I mean. They put a spin on it. They change the narrative of the entire performance and focus on this one thing and disregard all of the hundreds of messages that he may have spit out while he was up there. You know, he may have said 10 insightful things the whole show, and one thing that they, you know, thought was negative. Maybe it was profound, they just didn't get it, but they felt it was negative. And they'll focus on that one thing and totally disregard the other 10. And that,
Yeah,
my friend, is just ignorance. It's cognitive dissonance, is what it is.
yeah, and it's freaking sad that we deal with that to this day, especially with having you know all this information readily
At your
available.
fingertips. Oh, so frustrating.
Click, 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 boom. Like it's you sit there, you don't even got to spell correctly.
You're
Google
the,
will find it for you.
you're the smartest dumb people in the universe. Just that we had that's what America, that's what the U.S. is, home of the smartest dumb people in the world.
Right, because we don't have all these restrictions and everything else that other countries, China, there's certain things you look up on the internet, you going to jail. You play music from another country, you're going to jail. Like
Yeah, they're not having it.
they're not. They're not. So I find it to be wild, crazy that it's like that here. But we are the smartest dumb people and the people that have the most, but really only focus on the lesser things that we have, right? Instead of being, we're very ungrateful here, very ungrateful in the United States of America. But hey, you know what? It's the top of the hour, so what we're going to do is we're going to get into the spot top five of the week
Yes,
in no
sir.
particular order. So
Uh,
let's get it. And when we come back, we're going to chop it up with Mike Mountain because he's in the building. And we're going to talk about the new album. We're going to watch the video, Black Spanish. And we're going to talk about how everything is going for the man out there. So let's get it, y'all. It's the
let's
spot
do it.
top five of the week.
Get it.
Mama, your kid in the magazine. I had a stack on my jacket at Grammy. We see the audacity. I was a bad kid, bad city. You see the duality. Who tryna battle me, huh? Hitters is after me, and I be that many. Who wanna fuck me up? Fatality, really, it's up, it's short, undoubtedly. Baby gon' touch the bucks. My salary double. Your baby daddy maybe triple. I'm trouble. I get the tackle and the pick, and I hustle. I had to have it, had to get in the huddle, in the grabbing and rubble. Got me a second, I'm tryna be subtle. We just acting like a dog with a muzzle. See the bagger, put him back in the puddle. We attacking, better stand back and watch him run. Shotgun, come with the option. Send big blitz, nobody blocking. Big win, that's a ring and a watch. Strong in when he come in the slot, tryna bend the corner, your limbs getting. That's your partner, then your twin game. All you wanna do is talk, I don't even talk. I heard somebody talk.
Weighing up in my headphones, used to catch the bus home. Looked up the drug dealers with G bodies on 100 spokes. Knew that's how I wanna roll. One day I have one of those. Now I got plenty and I can go buy 100 more. Caravan into the stove. Pull up, nigga, buy some clothes. Every time my shit drop, it's flying off the racks. Tryna get moms that big spot with the garden in the back. That's why this carbon got some shit attached. I can't let these niggas take me, mama. I stay in my lane, but I know niggas hate me, mama. You say I'm stuck in my ways, but niggas moving flagrant, mama. Some shit never change. But to appreciate the shit, you gotta know the pain. Move smart, you know the game.
I just the top of the car and the letting the gusher. Walk in my bathroom, I stuck in the drugstore. Treat the 200 for y'all like a tugboat. Who wants smoke? Yeah, cause the bullet be dripping like snot from a snub nose. I made me right for your heart like a love note. I told you right from the start, from the front door. I told her right for the pump is a gun show. It's me and Lil Richie and the fleet of some bitches. We stick to the code like the Leo da Vinci. Many men, they wishing death upon me. Bop, bop, bop. Give them 3 wishes, I need me a bitch that be needing them bitches. Fresh plate of pussy, I ain't cleaning the dishes. Chest plate of bosom, yeah, I skeet on the titties. Cream is delicious, more babies than a pediatrician. Cold days, I be leaning, I miss it. Nick trippin', put the beef in the skillet. I pistol whip him, I got teeth on the glizzy. Like, no way, can't believe it, I'm serious. No way, can't believe it, I'm feeling.
Niggas I don't trust, all they do is walking bullshit. Success is a must, even if I have to do it on my own. Tryna be this optimistic when nobody's home. See these bitches with designer bags, wonder if they carry what I carry. Fendi for the fakes, Louis for the lies buried. Gucci for the guilt, Prada for the hard pain. But I got a big Birkin for all of this on my brain, I've been on my own for a long time. Can you see my issues? Take control of my life while I have it. So I got a Birkin for the baggage. Yeah, I got a Birkin for the baggage. Take control of my life while I have it. So I got a Birkin for the.
Smoking that lotto, call me your highness. Finna do a little shine and pass out the visors. Move around with Dominicans and the rosters. I get the digits and flip it, here come the commas. Big boy, bloodiest money, we never worry. Run that checky up, no time to be buddy-buddy. Me and Ron route out on the block and we going dummy. Weatherman out in these streets supplying flurries. Had to shut down, recouping too many snakes. Got my name on that chop house wall, too many dates, huh? Designing my body like it's a hobby. Smoking while I'm running it up, that's that Chicago. Spinning when I get it like it's drug money. And throw it at a bitch like it's drug money. And you acting like you never seen no drug money. Boy, fresh up off the block with the drug money.
Yeah.
Definitely feeling that. The
And
graphics
we,
is nuts.
let's get it, man. The home of hip hop.
Home
That's
of hip hop, damn it.
the home of hip hop. I don't know where else you've been going for your hip hop, but this is where you need to be coming to really be in the game, be plugged in, really hear some stuff, right? Because that's what we do here on the spot, right? And then we all know continuing, right, the remainder of Hispanic Heritage Month, right? We had, the last 3 weeks, we had 2 Hispanic artists, but also provided some insight on some of the either reggaeton or mixture of music with Latin artists on the show. And I think, you know, can't do it no better than talking about some piraguas and stuff because if you didn't grow up in Spanish Harlem, if you didn't know about what that crushed ice and the dude that did the and then he just poured
Ooh.
some juice on it, right? And
Yeah,
then you like, yo, what's that juice? And it just hit different. Like you really don't understand the Hispanic culture, but I don't think anybody could explain it more or better than my man Mike Mountain. So what up, my G? I know you here in the building. You there.
What's good? What's good, family? What's
in the
good?
Was
What's
building,
good?
like mountain.
Mike
Peace,
Mountain in the
peace,
building. Yeah, we
peace,
here,
peace,
right?
Yes,
peace.
He's
sir.
gonna hit us with the que lo que es. He's gonna hit us with the ya tu sabe. He's gonna
Ya
hit us
tú
with all
sabes,
that. Yep.
es lo
Right?
que hay.
Que lo que hay, dímelo cantando and all that, right? That's how we doing it here
Man,
tonight.
you know what I'm saying? What's good? What's good, y'all? Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, man.
For having me here.
So tell the people where you from and how long you been doing this music.
All right. Well, I grew up in the Washington D.C. area. I was born in New Jersey. Um, but I grew up here in the Washington D.C. area. I've been doing hip hop since I was 15 years old. 14, 15 years old. That was back in '92. I'm 43 now, so it's been like about 20, 25 years, I think, that I've been doing hip hop, recording as an artist, writing, producing, um, and I'm still here doing it. You
That's
know.
what's
So
up.
so what was some of your biggest influences, right? And becoming a rapper back in, you said 92, right?
Yeah, '92. Yeah, around '92, my biggest influences was Cypress Hill and a Tribe Called Quest.
Okay.
Tribe Called Quest. Later it was Redman.
Uh-huh.
Then it was Boot Camp and Wu Tang. Then it was Big Pun and the Beat Nuts.
Of course, of course.
And it's a collaborate. It's a combination of a Tribe Called Quest, Wu Tang, Boot Camp, Redman, Beat Nuts, and Big Pun.
Mm.
You know, that's who I can say my influences are. And KRS One too, of course. And there's so many others, man. So many others, but I would say those are the main six.
Mikey, what you think about that verse is coming up with KRS-One versus Big Daddy Kane?
Man, I can't wait to see it, man. That's the first one I'm really really excited about, other than the method red one.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
method red one I was excited about, but I really want to see this one because this one is going to be even more action packed. You know what I'm saying, of a performance.
You think you think people wanted to see this more, or you think people wanted to see Kane and Rakim more? Woo!
Mm. I think they probably want to see Kane and Rakim more.
I know
They
I
want to see
do.
the guy Rakim. You know.
Yeah.
I think that's
That
always I think that's always been the big rivalry since back in the day. You know what I'm saying? That people always made those two like I don't know, just like always compared them to each other. Like, yo, what if they battle, who will win? You know, it was like the conversation between hip hop heads. So I think,
Son,
yeah,
I'm feeling that mass, man. That mass is that's what's up right
good looking, good looking, good looking, good looking. But yeah, I think that's always been the rivalry, the talk. That's always been the talk. So I think that would be the. I think that versus personally would get the most views so far. Kane and
Definitely.
Rakim, but now it's not gonna happen because he gonna battle KRS. I haven't seen anybody do two verses yet.
Nah, nobody yet.
There's always a first, though. There's always a first for everything.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, and when that check get cut right,
Oh
they
yeah,
was
they come with
like,
the bag. Yeah, of course.
so but I got a question, Mike,
It's
right?
good.
What was some of the thought processes behind you including, you know, the Spanish language in your music?
Coming from a Hispanic family, you know what I'm saying? I come from a mixed family. We got a lot of stuff in us, but I always knew that I was Puerto Rican since I was about 2 years old, and that's been the most comfortable identity for me, and that's my heart has always been in Puerto Rico. So I've been exploring my culture for a long time since my youth, and I've always had an affinity for the Spanish language, Spanish culture. I would always speak it when I was around my Hispanic relatives. Um, I just, that was it was my thing. You know what I'm saying? So to bring it into hip hop finally was like full circle. It was 360. You know what I'm saying? I love the
Yeah,
food. I love the music. I love the culture. I love the women. I love. Just. I'm proud. I'm so proud of having Spanish blood and having Puerto Rican heritage that I show it every day. You know what I'm saying? I show it every day more so in my life than I have ever before.
Dope, dope.
You know.
yeah, I get that. I get. And for those of you that might not be Puerto Rican or Hispanic in general, right? That Puerto Rican pride is like real. Like if people don't really understand what that Puerto Rican pride be looking like, if you was ever in New York during the Puerto Rican Day Parade weekend, it
Oh
it was it wasn't just a
man.
Sunday. Like we started Saturday into Sunday, took over the city and every other borough that you would ever think about going into New York. Like it was everywhere, flags everywhere, people everywhere. I've ridden in my cars in my lowrider when I had it in the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Like I was out there, like I was on 13s riding low with the big old Puerto Rican flag on the hood, flags all every window,
I was just
every
gonna say that have the mad flags on the hood and mad neighborhoods having their own little small, their own little mini Puerto Rican Day parade before
Word.
the big parade.
We're a
yeah,
little
the
block party shit.
You
yeah,
know?
where I
Word.
grew up, um, they would actually shut down Third Avenue from 106 to 116th Street,
Whew.
and then go across from Third Avenue to Pleasant,
Uh-huh.
and that would be the Saturday festival before the parade. If you
Uh,
thought you was driving through Manhattan, you might as well have forgot about it because you was not getting through here because we had everything shut down,
yeah.
Mm.
everything.
It's a
It
beautiful
was a
thing.
beautiful thing, right? But I'm a typical New York Regan that understands Spanish but speak it very very little. I curse
Right.
you out
Right.
in
Right.
Spanish or tell your girlfriend to get ready because we about to do something in Spanish. But other than that, that's all I got for you.
Right. Right. I feel you. I feel you. I was like that for a long time, and I'm still like that. I'm still trying to perfect my Spanish. You know what I'm saying? I still got a lot to go. You know what I'm saying? Mi español está mejorando. You know what I'm saying? It's getting better. You know what I'm saying? But I still got a lot to learn. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking it one day at a time. I practice it. I practice it. You just gotta practice.
That's it. Just
Yeah.
gotta
Well,
practice.
I don't got nobody to practice it with, except for my parents, but they just prefer to speak to me in English. I'm like, you're
Yeah.
doing me a disservice. I'm like, yeah,
Same
just
here.
stop it,
Same
right?
here. My dad
But
was the same way. Yeah.
this show is sponsored by Pure White Hennessy.
Love that. You know we
So
love that.
that's how we doing it today. I ain't the Bacardi's still in the store. So
Hold on.
um, but when it comes to
Bam. There it is.
the 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 actual because you incorporated Spanish into your music. Was there ever a time that you thought about just doing more of like a reggaeton or just Spanish rap versus mixing the English and Spanish?
um. No, because I'm not fluent in Spanish. Well, I mean, I'm a lot better than I think I am because people tell me my Spanish real good, but I'm not fluent in Spanish, so I wouldn't try to pull it off and do a whole album in Spanish. I've mostly songs in English, and and I just started doing Spanglish and songs in Spanish. If you notice, I do some songs in all Spanish, but that's only if I just do it. The beat tells me to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
It's mainly in Spanglish. You know what I'm saying? It's mainly a mix. But
Yeah,
I've never uh I've thought about it. But that's not the audience that I'm going strictly for. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
And
Understand.
just like last week, we had International Nova, right?
Nova. Yeah.
International Nova on the show, and Dominican guy from out here. He's out in Georgia, and it was something that he said that when he said it, it kind of shocked me. And it was what was it? 70% of the music comes from the Latin community.
Yeah.
It was
Something.
something like that. Like it was an astronomical. Like it wasn't like 10%, 15%, 20%. Like
Yeah,
from
he
the
said
Latin.
on one of the streaming platforms he was talking about. I forget which one, but yeah, yeah, that's what he said. Yeah,
Yeah, like
70%
we
of the
Ambassel.
music. He said several like
70.
70% of the music is Latin influenced.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Caribbean.
it's wild because when you talk about Afro beats and everything like that, like it comes. Although we sit there and we say, "Oh, we're Hispanic or we're Puerto Rican, Dominican, whatever it is." Like if you understand what that actually means and where the culture actually came from, it comes from an African background, like origin.
That's right.
Those
That's right.
drums and everything. Like we're so much more alike than we really want to give
Different.
ourselves credit for.
Yeah, so much more alike
Right.
than we are different. Just like you said, man. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
like it's like we can sit there and say, "Yo, I'm not like you," but you don't even know. Like you said, you come from a mixed family, right?
Yeah.
When I was younger, and I know we spoke about this, probably last year or something. I used to run around talking about I'm 100% Puerto Rican until this one Puerto Rican guy was like, "There's no such thing." I'm like, "What you mean?" And we got into this whole debate, but it was an older guy, and I'm like, "I don't know what you talk about. My mother Puerto Rican, my grandfather Puerto Rican,
Right.
my my mom's is like everybody Puerto Rican, so I'm 100% Puerto Rican. Like I got that shit 200%, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Coming from
200%
everywhere."
Puerto Rican. Damn it.
But he's like, "But where's your family originally from?" And then getting to know a little bit more of what that actually meant. Like there was slaves brought from Africa to Puerto Rico,
Yeah. Yeah.
and and my uncle told me one time that my great grandmother was on one of those ships that came from Africa,
Yeah.
right? And then from another part, there's the Taino Indians that originated in Puerto Rico, and then the mixture is just a cluster.
Yes, sir.
Um, it's a lot of people don't want to recognize that or whatever. I
He said
know
recognize.
they don't. Yeah, they don't recognize, but it's just crazy to me. And if we really open our eyes up, we could really understand how we are more alike.
Yeah. We are. We are. We are. Even you know, even Anglos. You know what I'm saying? Even Gringos. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of them, especially in the South, have African blood. You know. I found out
How
that
many of them are going? How many of
it
them are
was
going to say that? Yeah, I'm black. I'm
no,
just
they're
light
not.
skinned
They're
black.
not. But if they do DNA tests, then they do find out. And I found out that almost half of the slave owners in the United States were white women. So it was a lot of a lot of
Oh,
humping
there
going.
was a lot of
Yeah, a lot of slinging and banging.
oh, they was like, oh, toma, oh, cógelo suave, right?
You know what I'm
Yeah,
A lot
saying?
of
But
they
flirt, a
was
lot of
take
flirting
it
and
easy,
flirting.
or be like, dale, me duro. They was taking it hard or easy. That's the way they was doing it. But
you know what I'm
you know,
saying? They was taking
Getting that
advantage. Yeah, you know
Carolina,
what I'm saying?
getting that Carolina black snake.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? So like it's all, and there's Native American blood and a lot of well, there's a lot of that's debatable, but we're all one people. You know what I'm saying? We're all products of colonialism. You know what I'm saying? Well, all of us wouldn't be here if it wasn't for colonialism. Even the immigrants who came from the old world, such as Africa and Asia, they wouldn't be here if it wasn't for colonialism. So yeah, that's very true all around. We all are a lot more alike than we are different, and I think it's our individuality, it's the human ego that makes us feel that we're different and that we're unique, like snowflakes. When we all come from the same water, that makes that snow, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow. I could answer that.
That's a jewel for your ass right there.
That was real deep. That was deep enough. It's like the Dave Chappelle comedy show. That's gonna go over a lot of people's head. They ain't even gonna hear what he just said.
Yeah.
You know that snow that make the piragua.
I'm telling you, because that's what you would hear when you could.
They're gonna say something. They're gonna say he doesn't like snowflakes.
He doesn't like
They're
snowflakes.
gonna
miss the whole message. They're gonna say
the
he doesn't.
whole message is the wheat came from the same water that the snowflakes come from. Like it's the same H2O. It evaporated, came down because it was cold. And you talking about we different, we individuals, and
snowflakes.
I think we need to play that. I think we need to play that video for that, man.
Yeah, we gotta get into this Piragua joint. So let's get it. So Mike, it's Black Spanish. The video. I just want you to introduce it, tell them what album it's on, and tell the people how they can follow you while we're about to get into this.
All right, this is Black Spanish by Mike Mountain. You can find me at MikeMountain.com. That's MikeMountain.com. You can find me on IG as well, The Real Mike Mountain. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter, all of that. Mike Mountain, let's go. Black Spanish.
Yeah, Black Spanish.
Cuatro pupusas revueltas, arroz con frijoles y plato número 1 y 2 bebés.
Yo, you that underground rapper Mike something, right?
Yeah, Mike Mountain.
Mike Mountain, can I get a shot of you, bro? Can I get some footage of you, bro?
Sure. We are here filming a video today.
What's the video about?
It's called Black Spanish. Hanzo Blaze, Mike Mountain, Black Spanish. Check it. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, from my sombre to my Timberlands, you know I'm a callejero. I'm only out for dinero, use magic like a palero. I'm Corona fit for the sparrow, we harder than habaneros this year. I step up in the city, yo, with no fear. When I was trying to do my thing, there was like puedo tener. I was like hamprelo, pa que tu tiene que pagar. Cause we see these cost money, plus yo quiero fumar. Then I step like El Paso, libre like Nacho. You looking for the boss, well I'm the head honcho. I control the whole chessboard like Alfonso. Then they come around the mountain, adios, I'm like so long, yo. I flow so much that I'm 70% water. Put a coin in your ass, you play just hope say it's a quarter. Estoy muy serio, abra yo esqueleto. Me and Bedio was coming live through your stereo.
With a twist of black in the brown. Puerto Ricans known for slashing black in the brown. Puerto Ricans known for slashing black in the brown. Puerto Ricans known for slashing. With a twist of black in the brown. Puerto Ricans known for slashing.
I burn MC
MCs like fresh toast. Starter in a monster while they playing me close. You want your cake and eat it too? Well, I'm doing it both. Doing the most. Complete the job like I'm supposed. To hell is where your fleet goes. Better not make a peep, yo. Suck my beat show while I'm reppin' Puerto Rico. See, I can put it down anywhere, homie, que tu quieres. I hope heads is ready, I don't care quien tú eres. No importa, I still take your mujeres. The rain down on rappers like razor sharp confetti. That's word to my abuela, grandpa, not genetic. I have you smoking weed on the first day you met me. And I don't follow rules, yo, they can kiss my culo. That shit been played out since the days of Menudo. I stop players in they tracks like Menudo. If you see me in the streets, you best just salute, bro.
With a twist of black and the proud. Puerto Ricans known for slashing. Black and the proud. Puerto Ricans known for slashing. We gonna get it like with a twist of black and the proud. Puerto Ricans known for slashing. With a twist of black and the proud. Puerto Ricans known for slashing.
Hoy salí pa' la calle suelto, de sentimiento de corazón desierto. A veces me siento muerto, pero luego me das tu cuerpo. Pon a beber si prendelo otra vez. Esto no juego, no tengo tiempo. So you niggas better give me my respeto. I keep it classic like abuela while cooking them habichuelas. I don't fuck with culebras, que bonita bandera. Rappers just like oh my ego, I'm steady spitting them fuegos. They say it takes two to tango, MCs in the bloody mango. Tú eres un mentiroso, así saca tira. Saca la mierda, porque siento piñao. Hey yo, Papa, what's happening now? Can clap for ya, but you loud. I'm mixed with a twist of black and I'm proud.
With a twist of black and the proud. Puerto Ricans known for slashing. With a twist of black and the proud. Puerto Ricans known for slashing. With a twist of black and the proud.
Dope.
So there we go. Right.
Dope.
So there's some bars that I want to talk about. Right. There's some bars that I want to talk about. Right.
With a twist of black and I'm proud.
Right. We had that, but then it was, you know, sucking my bicho while I'm repping Puerto Rico. It don't get no better than that. I'm just saying. And then you said that you don't mess with culebras, right? So for those of you that don't know what that is, that's snakes, right? So you don't mess with those. Like it's just what it is. And you know, moving the way that you move, the question that I have for you, what has been, as an independent artist, what has been the biggest struggle for you doing what you do and getting where you need to go? Because you have a vision of where you need to go. But what has been...
Two things. One is getting not agreeing to disagree with people on certain things, and trusting the wrong people. Those have been my two biggest struggles in the past. Everything else has been A-okay.
Yeah.
And I would tell you this, right?
Makes sense.
The time that we had that interview on the Prophet Radio Show, right? It was that track, and I might get the title wrong, but I want to say it was Abuela, right?
Sabor de Abuela.
Right.
That's
like
it.
when I tell you that track, like literally, I will tell you, Mr. Recognize.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I cried.
Yeah.
I literally cried on air because it reminded me of my grandmother so much. And it was one of those things that I was just like, yo, I couldn't even hold it back. Like I'm sitting here, my face got red. You know, light skinned niggas get red real
yeah,
quick,
yeah,
right? So I was red. I'm
yeah.
crying. I'm sitting there. The symbols and everything. Yeah, I was like, oh my god.
Push it
And you
down,
know,
push it down, push it
yeah,
down.
nah, I couldn't even hold it, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, one thing I can say about your music is that it really brings me back to, you know, those important moments in my life growing up, understanding what pride is, understand what being a strong man is, what a man actually means, and things like that. Just
Family
understanding the
values.
culture, the family stuff, right?
Thank you, man. Cause I try to be a good man. I'm not always a good man. I'm not always a good man, and it's hard. You know what I'm saying? So I try. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Thank you for that. You know.
And being a man, and I want people to really understand this, right? Because again, I listen to a lot of things, and I'm always moving around, and I've always got my ears open. They were like, you know, men today have it very, very hard. Well, we always had it hard, but it's just people actually paying
Always.
paying attention to it. And you can be in any situation, but people expect you to do it all. But you can't give 100% to everything. So
Nah.
if
That's a fact.
individuals want you there, you can be a father, a son, a husband, a friend. But if you give 100% to that, there's other things that you won't be able to do. And just being a father, a friend, or a son, actually also being a provider is difficult because men don't operate on that multitasking thing. Men kind of do understand that I can't give 100% to everything because I don't have 100% to give to everything.
Yeah, yeah. So
So
what you give your 100% to really means a lot.
That's right.
You know.
yeah.
It's a focus thing.
Yeah,
But then when you take a stance, it's like, oh, you just being a man. Like, nah, I'm being real logical right now. If I'm giving you
yeah.
100% at home, I can't be out in the street hustling and doing what I need to do to provide. But if
Uh,
I'm in the streets hustling and providing, then I can't be home.
that's it.
And they
That's
don't
the
get
key.
it. And I just want people to understand that because you know this is a straight barbershop talk,
Uh,
testosterone platform, right?
top.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nuts hanging right now. I just want people to understand that. Like that, and that's what we doing, and having pride and believing in who you are and moving the way that you do is super duper important, and people really need to take the time out to listen and pay attention.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, what was the inspiration behind My Speed Agua?
I had to come up with a follow up to Piragua. You
Oh,
know.
There it is. That was easy.
real simple to the point. Like,
He's like, no bullshit. I needed to come with a sequel.
that's it. Yeah, I needed a number two.
There it
It's
is.
a fight floor. That's no me,
Perfect.
baby.
Perfect
That's all I
reason.
know.
No my floor. I had to stay on the 5th floor. Yeah, man. Perfect reason, man. Perfect reason. Needed a sequel. Hey,
Yeah,
it worked
man.
out like that sometimes.
And
I tried to give him even more tracks than the 8 tracks I gave him on the EP.
Yeah.
So I tried to give him like 16 tracks, and I just wanted to make it even better. You know what I'm saying? You know, cause I felt like I had more to give. You know.
Yeah,
and
man.
and it's a beautiful thing when you sit there and you self reflect and you're like, you know what, I got more to give. I didn't give them enough, right?
Yeah.
Because you could have just easily stopped at Piraguas and said, you know what, that's it. This is all I got, or whatever, and I don't want to do no more.
That's what the
But
people want, though, man. They want all you can give. Till you say, I can't give no more. But then you give a
Yeah.
little more, and they want that too. You know what I mean? That when you start, man, when you start getting fans and I mean like followers and you know what I mean, people that really fucks with you like that, every little thing you drop, they want it. They want it. That freestyle, that. that that feature everything. They want to hear everything about you. So you know what I'm saying. Give them more is better, man. Give them everything, brother.
Yes, sir.
Flood them. That's what I say. Flood them.
And I got a question before we head up out of here, right? What was when you started doing it? What was that bar that you put together, right? If you can remember it, right? But I know you can because it's probably something memorable that when you spit
When
it.
I said I don't fuck with culebras.
No,
No,
I'm
he's
saying
saying in general. He's saying in general. What was the one? He said one was the
yeah,
one
what
I can
as
tell
the
you. Yeah, I
line
can
or the
tell you.
verse. When you was like, oh yeah,
The
this is
first
this is
rhyme
it.
I ever wrote, I was 11 years old, and I wrote. It said cause the kids always kept asking me to say it over time. It was like, say it, Mike. It was like,
Yeah.
my name's Mikey, my dog's name's Spiky, my whole crew's cool cause we all wear Nike.
and you was like, yo, that's it. I'm built for this.
Bars. That was bars at 11. You hear me?
At 11,
I was
what?
11, yo.
He was 11 years old rhyming with Nike.
You know what I'm
Wasn't
saying? I was
nobody at
11,
11
yo.
doing that. Are you stupid?
I was 11. That's all I had to give. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
You had the lunchroom going wow, like it was like oh, they was banging on the tables and
I wish
everything
I
out
had more. You know what I'm saying? That's all I had to give, yo. It's like, you know.
So that's all you could give back to.
He's like, I'm only 11. This is what I
Hey,
got.
he electrified him for that one ball. You feel me?
Yo, it was
Electrified
like what?
Like
him.
Hogwarts. It's
It
like
was
Harry
man.
Potter, some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, but you definitely gotta love it, man. And it's super
Oh
duper
yeah.
important that
That's hip hop,
you
baby.
know.
That's fucking hip hop right there, man. God
And one
damn.
of the reasons why I always bring up that question, I think it's an important question
It's a pivotal
because
moment. Pivotal moment in every MC's life.
yeah, and it's to understand where you came from and where
Yeah.
you going is important on that journey,
Yes, sir.
right? So it's you talking about spiky Nikes, your crew, and how what your name
I ain't
was.
even
Niggas
had no crew.
it,
But that's why they kept wanting you to say it because they was like, yo, it just sounded good.
I was like, y'all can be my crew. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
that's it. And it's and it's perfect in that way. And a lot of times, what I have noticed in the journey of anything that we do as human beings, we might not start off with a crew, but we gotta believe in what we doing enough that we gonna be the crew for ourselves.
Oh yeah, man. Righteous
Definitely.
ones will gravitate towards you. You know,
Yeah.
real recognize real.
Definitely. And I appreciate you guys, man, for real. And I'm really feeling the vibe, man.
Yeah, we
Yo,
appreciate you,
Feel
Mike, man.
good.
We know you got things, you know what I'm saying? You got things going on in life, man. We appreciate you taking the time to chop it up with us, man, and also talk to the people and expose, you know what I'm saying, give them some of this good music. Because that's what we
Yeah,
all about.
man.
We about promoting that goodness.
And I'm steady
yeah,
losing weight, man. And it's like I'm losing 10 pounds a month, man, just drinking water and tea, man.
That
yo,
water
and
will do it. That water will do it.
So I want to
that's
tell y'all, man, like let's live, y'all. Let's just stay away from that sugar, y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not y'all, but I'm the audience. You know what I'm
yeah,
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 saying?
everybody. Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
For sure.
And I can tell you,
Us
it,
too.
us too.
Me
'Cause
too.
I
Yep.
I
We need to
just
stay
lost
away
100
from it.
pounds in the last 6 months.
Yeah,
And
man.
it's a lot of focus, it's a lot of paying attention, and health is wealth. But my half a bar is feeling great, losing weight. That's all I got.
Yeah.
I don't got spiky Nikes. My crew is. I don't got none of
He
that.
said
I got
feeling
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 great, losing weight. Boom.
feeling great losing weight.
That's it. That's all I got, bro. I'm not a rapper. I'm not even going to try and play like I am. But I can
Hey,
come up with a half a bar if I
if
need
that's
to.
if that's what works, brother, that's what works. You know what I'm saying?
Word, word.
hit him with the old school joint of the week, P Money. I
Yeah,
think it's
we
time
gonna
to
do
drop that. I
old
think it's
school
time to
joint
drop
of the
that. Then
week.
we're gonna come back and talk some more music, man.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into this old school joint of the week. We got Mike Mountain in the building. It's your boy Prophet Pete, and we got DJ Shawn Wreck in the building. You heard?
the spot.
Scientific principle, ain't no telling what this will do. Launch a missile through you ain't really official, dude. Literal, when we ready to chop them with minerals. Sprinkle them all over the burrow, this ain't an interlude. When niggas talk about who the best, they don't consider you. Everything you say is a lie, it ain't a bit of truth. Bad city, say what you want, dangerous in the booth. Favorite rapper spit till we blue, yeah, that shit is cute. Come around the blue nose, you know, this shit is brute. Force, Fabergé got us, Ray hit you through the roof. Do the do, nice with the knuckles, plus I'm a shooter too. Put me in position, listen, I make it beautiful. Blood stains all on the wall like it's graffiti. Word to Honey De Niro, your brains looking like TV.
And you
Oh
already
my.
knew it.
Oh my. Now I know everybody's saying, okay, that's not really old school like usual, but you know what I'm saying? We had Seed on a couple of shows back. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we played that
3-4
joint.
shows ago.
Yeah, about 3-4 shows. So when I saw the video, I was like, you know what? We need to throw that in there because we played the song, if you remember, but we just didn't have the video. So I
Yeah.
wanted to throw that in there for Seed. Shouts
Shout
out to
out,
Seed.
shout out to my man Bad C. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was just talking to him on the phone last week.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
but it's
Yeah.
crazy, right? It's a small world, man. It's a small world.
Yeah, it's a
especially with
community.
the internet. Yeah,
And
especially with the internet now, we can just, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody can link.
yeah. So
Yeah.
anything you want to tell the people before you get up out of here?
I got some new music, you know what I'm saying? I'm working on. You can check out all my newest stuff. I always shoot it on YouTube. That's Mike Mountain at YouTube, one word. Just check me out. Buy my merchandise, the physical CDs at MikeMountain.com.
Okay.
Mike
Okay.
Mountain at Bandcamp. You know what I'm saying? That's MICMOUNTAIN. Check me out. Let's do it. Show some love. You know what I'm saying? I'll always be there for you. Just talk to me.
There it is.
Yeah.
And y'all make sure y'all spell Mike M-I-C like you holding the steel chrome in your hand. That Mike,
Yes,
not
sir.
the M-I-K-E.
Right. Yeah, so it's Mike. M-I-C. Make
M-I-C.
sure.
That's right.
And I got one last question for you before you go. How do you feel about them splitting Hispanic Heritage Month, half of September and the other half of October?
That's because we taking over, man. We overlapping shit. You know what I'm saying? We overlapping shit. Dun, 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 dun.
That's
Dun,
it.
dun, dun, dun. We taking
That's
over.
it. They didn't want to say they was giving us 2 months, but they,
Going
they just
over
like,
for the
go
next
ahead,
month. But you know the party is not
we all over.
ending on
They
Friday.
thought we was gone in September. We back in October.
The party started on Friday. It's not ending until Sunday.
That's
It's
it.
not over.
That's
It's not over. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not over.
It's gonna spill over, baby. It's all love.
Yeah. Well, that's the beautiful thing.
Mike Mountain,
So-
salute. We appreciate
Yeah,
you coming
man.
through, brother.
We
Did you
appreciate
give the people your social? You gave them your social, right?
Yeah.
Brand-
The real Mike Mountain at Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
There it is.
The real Mike Mountain at Instagram. You know what I'm saying? MICMOUNTAIN. The real Mike Mountain.
There you go.
All right.
Hit me.
Can't beat that. All right, my brother, man. Stay safe. We're gonna keep in touch, and
Salute.
we definitely gonna do a live interview in the studio out in Bmore. So
Yes, sir.
we're gonna connect on that, even if it's in the next couple of months. I know holidays is coming and all that, so everybody be busy, but we definitely gonna link it up, do an in studio joint.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's do
All
it.
right, my
Let's do
brother.
it. All
Stay
right,
safe.
Johnny. All right, peace. Peace.
All right, later.
Peace.
Yeah. So, we have Mike Mountain in the building. We had. I gotta say, being you when you make music, like staying true to yourself when you do what you do, when you do anything, not just necessarily music, is super duper important because you can lie to the world, but the one person you can't lie to is yourself.
I think it was the old, the great poet the great Teddy Pendergrass, who said, "You can't hide from yourself."
Yo, you can't. You can't. It's impossible. And it's it's one of those things that you got to stay true to you. You just got to. And I know enough people that I see them on the gram, social media, just social media in general. But I'm like, yo, you know that I know you, right? Like I know you, and that's not true. But you putting on a show
Mm-hmm.
for
It's all,
everybody else.
it's all smoke and mirrors, brother. It's all smoke and mirrors.
And we live in the society now that filters is normal. And I'm not just talking about IG filters, Snapchat filters, nothing like that. Like we literally go outside in a filter
Yeah, yeah.
from
And some
the
people,
way,
and some people's are different.
yeah. And you know, just the other day, I went into this store, a business, right? I went into a business, and I was kind of disgusted when I walked into the business because of the way it was kept.
Oh,
Right? I got this thing about you know being who you are and putting that your best foot forward when you do something.
uh huh.
And I wasn't dressed nothing crazy. I was just my regular me. And I walked in there, and the dude, I told the dude what I needed because right now he was the closest thing instead of me traveling hours to do what I needed to do. And the dude looked at me and charged me what he was going to charge me based on he looked at me up and down first
Yeah.
before he gave me a price. And I was like, all right, I ain't no problem. I'll be right back. Let me go get this. I'll come back so you could do what you said you was going to do. And I knew that he was flagrant on the price because
Yeah.
when I went to go pay, he's like, what I told you again? Like, it wasn't even a full price. He was like, what I told you, because I ain't tell them that.
Yeah.
What did I tell you?
Yeah. He was
And
trying to get some pocket. He was trying to get some pocket money.
right, whatever it was. And it was like, all right, whatever, man. Right now, what I need to get from you is important, so it don't even matter. I just need this done. Like, whatever.
Dirty bastard.
The old dirty bastard. Ooh, whoa, whoa. But it's wild that we live in this society, and I think that it's just crazy, and we really need to change that up a little bit. I don't know if it's going to be possible because the world watches now.
Yep. Yep.
The world watches now.
Everything
So
under a microscope. Shouts out to Ray J. Hold your head. Going through a divorce with him and what's his wife name? Princess, I think.
and you know what's crazy? I was just listening to One Wish yesterday. If I had one
I'm sure
wish,
he.
I
I'm
can't
sure
sing.
he would be. I'm sure he would be happy about that
You will
because
be my
that
best
was his.
friend.
Because that one
Love
wish
us
was
to
his.
the end.
That one wish was his one hit. What else you
well,
gonna say? Because
well,
what else you
well,
gonna say? Wait a minute. Did it? Did it? Did it? Did it?
well, well, we can't say that One Wish was his only hit because the other hit
What he had better than?
was
Oh, sexy can I?
no when his sex tape.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, when we talking music, of course, the sex tape
Well,
trumps it all. The
I'm
sex
just
tape
talking
is
about the visual,
the sex tape is several times platinum. You know what I'm saying? As the
or-
single is, who knows, barely.
right? But then, what about Hit It First? How did that go?
Oh, that shit is definitely not platinum.
Now, it's not platinum, but it was like one of those revenge records, right? It
Yeah,
was
it was
I
just
Hit
the
It
time.
First kind of thing.
It was just unclassy. You know what I mean? Unclassy at all. The timing was just it was tacky. It was
It,
tacky.
it,
Yeah, I
it was
wanted to
all
say
the way wrong.
tacky. It was tacky. It was very tacky. It's like, come on, B, you ain't got to do that shit.
Nah.
Right when he marries the bride. Oh, I hit it first. Really,
And
really,
she was
bro.
probably like, "You really just did that."
Come on,
I,
man.
I gotta rock with you because of this prenup right now. But nigga, I would have slapped the shit out of you and walked off.
He should have now see how he should have flipped it like a G. He should have been like somebody hit it before you.
Yeah,
You know, they ain't make a record about it, bro. Like this is what we
yeah.
doing now. Got to
But
go home to this woman.
But people do need to understand, and I want the women out there that are listening, right? I want you to know that men have feelings too, and we do stupid stuff behind our feelings. Like I hit it first, or they sit there and they leak sex tapes, or they sit there and they text your man, your new man, because they your old man. It happens because they butt hurt.
Yeah,
It just be like that. So I just want you to understand it when it happens. Be like, oh man up, nah. You can't tell a man up when he emotional because that nigga just gonna get more mad. So
yeah,
pay attention, pay attention. Because when a dude act like a man, you just like, yo, you being a man right now. So y'all need to figure out what the fuck y'all want. Just saying.
mm.
Figure out what y'all want. Do y'all want a lover? Do y'all want a fighter? You can't have both because we don't multitask.
You know what? You can't wear the pants and the skirt. You'll look ridiculous when you go outside.
Right. Like we not doing none of that. It's gonna be one or the other. So anything else you want to tell the people before we get up out of here?
Yeah, fuck Governor Abbott of Texas. He talking about he would hire those border patrol agents who lost their jobs because of the whole whip shit.
Mm-hmm.
Said, yeah, I will hire you. Motherfucker just goes out of his way to just say to give us the middle finger. So fuck you, Greg.
Yeah. It's just more foolery. And it's again, right? The things that we spoke about in the earlier part of the show when it comes to R. Kelly, when it comes to Dave Chappelle and things like that, we tend to gravitate and focus on that very, very much, right?
Yeah.
But the stuff that is right there up front in your face, like we ignore it. We
Well,
literally ignore it.
we don't ignore it.
No,
But
we don't ignore but
but the media makes they're sure they intentionally ignore it because you know what I mean. Why let the truth get out there and then give people the choice? You know, we're just gonna feed them all the stuff that we want to feed them and let them believe our narrative. You know.
yeah, it's wild. But we do understand that, you know, certain certain wages or certain classes of individuals because outside of racism, right, we have classism.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we need to really focus on that as well because when it comes to that dollar amount of what you got in your bank account, really kind of dictates what you focus on or what you believe in.
Yeah.
And so we really need to understand that. And here in the United States of America, there's a lot of that goes on that we sit there and we focus on one thing, but we don't focus on the other. We act like the other one doesn't exist. And
Yep.
we need to really pay attention because it is there right there in front of our face.
That's right. Don't deny it when you see it. Don't turn a blind eye. Don't pretend it's not there. Don't pretend it doesn't exist. You can't bury your head in the sand and think it's going to go away. It's not going to go away. It's just going to get worse. So when you see something wrong, what they say, you see something, say something. You know,
Right.
speak out against injustice. Speak out against injustice anytime you see it. You know what I mean? Within reason. Don't go getting into no scuffle with no bodybuilders and you know what I'm saying. You get earth slammed into the pavement. Don't do that. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, when you see injustice, you know what I mean. You got to point it out, man. Because like old boy, this guy that got into it with the neighbors in the neighborhood, he called the dude a monkey or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just brought him up on like 22 more charges. Because apparently he had been doing that for a long time to other people in the neighborhood and people that was on the HOA committee and you know what I mean. So yeah, he's fully jammed, fully jammed. He ain't got no jelly. He's all jammed. But
and
we need
that's what we need to do.
we need more. Yeah, we need more of this. We need more of these people being exposed and brought to account for their actions, man. And then and only then will it get stamped out. Well, at least extinguished. I'm not gonna say stamped out because you know it's always those pockets.
Yeah.
it's always those groups.
Yeah, those groups that just want to do something different outside of what everything else that's being done.
You know, going against the grain.
Yeah, but it's I just want to say this, man. We definitely gotta find a way to really come closer together with all the information that we have access to. There is no excuse of why we should be so divided. There is no reason why we should still be operating in anything that even resembles what the majority of the groups that are out there on the forefront are sitting there pushing against. There's no reason for it.
Yep.
We really need to figure out how to make things better. And when the government, those people, or those groups paint that picture for you, please really listen to what they're saying because they're putting their beliefs and everything on Front Street for you to hear. But we tend to not want to hear what we heard.
You heard?
You heard? So, yo, we about to get out of here. So, I'm gonna play an oldie but goodie. We gonna get into this breeze, Moolah Mitch, and then when we come back, we gonna close out. You heard?
Yo, what you telling me? What you telling me?
I'm paid a fool like I'm Money Mitch with 100 clip. And my shorty thick. Rack it up, I'ma blow this bitch. I'm paid a fool like I'm Money Mitch. My drip to the floor. Got Louis Vuitton. Got bricks to the raw. I'm paid a fool like I'm Money Mitch with 100 clip. And my shorty thick. Rack it up, I'ma blow this bitch. I'm paid a fool like I'm Money Mitch. My drip to the floor. Got Louis Vuitton. Got bricks to the raw. Got the kitchen stinking, I'm gripped up. Whipping up patty now. I'm in Foddy Town. Bust down with 100 rounds. 10 chains on, 600 brown. Bron, 4 Giados. Right behind Marcialago with a bad bitch that work mine. Cause they go wherever I go. Like tail lights or red lights. MJ, my game tight. You couldn't play me on game night. Get fly with me, I'm a trip. Islander, keep ice and sticks. Restaurant, stir bar and chips. Try got the mag for real clips. Y'all better act like this 40 Mac won't hold you up. Swiss cheese. I let the 40 clap, let your shorty clap. What you see this nigga rich freeze. Ain't no contest when I digest. I'm shitting on your bitch, please. You don't need a test to see we the best. No Cali, ho, we push these. I'm paid a fool like I'm Money Mitch with 100 clip. And my shorty thick. Rack it up, I'ma blow this bitch. I'm paid a fool like I'm Money Mitch. My drip to the floor. Got Louis Vuitton. Got bricks to the raw. I'm paid a fool like I'm Money Mitch with 100 clip. And my shorty thick. Rack it up, I'ma blow this bitch. I'm paid a fool like I'm Money Mitch. My drip to the floor. Got Louis Vuitton. Got bricks to the raw. Hotel bed counting hundreds. Bad little bitch on her stomach. Her bitch with a bitch and I dub it. I leave it to the bros and they fuck it. Don't talk on the phone or in public. My time ain't mine and they flooded. Boosie wipe me down, I'm so clean. I'm an outcast, you know the routine. 145th by Robin, blue jeans, stars on the roof, you know I'm so mean. Double parked in front of the lab. Mike Jack, I'm strapped, I'm bad. Big bag, all blues, all cash. My slot get work like that. Got a G for every bump in your face, bare face, take bets off the interstate. Get money like a Money Mitch. 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 I paid a fool like I'm Money Mitch with 100 clip. And my shorty thick. Rack it up, I'ma blow this bitch. I'm paid a fool like I'm Money Mitch. My drip to the floor. Got Louis Vuitton. Got bricks to the raw. I'm paid a fool like I'm Money Mitch with 100 clip. And my shorty thick. Rack it up, I'ma blow this bitch. I'm paid in full like I'm Money Mitch. My drip to the floor. Got Louis Vuitton. Got bricks to the raw.
Yo, what you telling me? What you telling me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we back and you already know it's the spot, y'all. You see that on the bottom, the spot. The spot.
It's only one.
It's the only one. And your girl loves it when I hit this spot. Because on the outro, when I be hitting your girl's spot, the spot, right? She always be like, oh, Prophet Pete, hit the spot. So I'm going to call myself a sniper because I hit the spot all day. You heard? So you can follow me at PROFIT_radio_NY and just know you can catch us here every week. Same time, same bat channel. That's what we do. Mask on, mask off. But my dick soft, she gonna make it hard. You heard? Gang.
And of course, you can always find your boy on the gram. Actually, I hit up Twitter yesterday. I'm gonna get to that part though. DJ Shawn recognized DJ SHAWNRECOGNIZE. You gotta make that bigger. Wait, hold up. That one, yeah. And you can also hit me on Twitter. But like I said, I've been frequenting a little bit lately. I know everybody was real concerned about the outage the other day with Facebook and all of the, saying platforms went down, people losing their mind. So, but Twitter was still going.
Twitter was still going, and
you can hit me. So you can hit your boy up on Twitter, DJ Shawn Ray, DJ SHAWNREC. But remember, only my friends call me Rick, so you better recognize.
Gang. Yo. Yeah. And we out of here, y'all. See y'all next week.